This is the KEFEYATV 32-inch movable monitor. This is based on Android system and it is touchscreen. And not just that, it's also wireless. I'm gonna go ahead and show you all of the different use cases that you can use this around the house with. Really excited, let's get into it. Okay, so let's just start off with the design. This 32-inch monitor is actually quite large. It looks incredible. This actually is wireless, so you can use this between 6 to 8 hours depending on how heavy of a usage you continually use it at. But it has a power port if you just want to have continuous power into it. When I say this is a movable monitor, the base, which is a heavy duty base, has wheels underneath. They swivel in all directions, making it easy to move around different rooms in your house. Now, of course, I have this on carpet, which makes it a little bit less easy to move. But if you just use your foot, it doesn't feel too heavy. So it does actually move quite easily on carpet as well, which I think is absolutely great. Now, the monitor itself actually swivels. So you can go left and right. Very good viewing angles. It goes up and down, but not just that, it also rotates. So if you want to watch anything vertically, you can do that. It's got automatic orientation. This is built on the Android system. So it does have Google Play, so you can download anything you want from the Google Play Store and basically use it like a tablet. So make sure to check the link of this in the description down below. They always have discounts and offers, and you're going to get this at an incredible price. So make sure you don't miss that one. Having said that, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the ports, how this works, how to turn it on, and then we'll go ahead, run through some of the key specs, the Android system, and how I use it around the house. So this base does have a LED light when you do connect the power cord. Just to the bottom there, this will light up in red, and I'll show that in a second. Got some buttons on the back, power button to turn it on, volume buttons there, some ports, Type-C. You got a reset hole there, just in case you want to reset the device, 1 HDMI and 2 USB ports. It's on a swivel hinge there as well, and in fact, you can adjust the height of this to whichever is convenient. You have roughly around, I would say, 25 centimeters of height adjustment. At its maximum height, the entire unit probably is around 150 centimeters, which is actually a very good height. So let's go ahead and show you the key specs. Now, this is a full HD monitor, so it does go up to maximum of 1080p. It has a refresh rate of 60 Hz. It's based on Android 13. It's got 6 GB of RAM. And at the back, it does have 2 8-watt speakers. And in fact, using the ports at the back, especially the USB ones, this does support external webcam connections. So if you want to use this for work, if you connect your laptop to it, then that's something you can also do. Internally, it has a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, which, like I mentioned at the start, gives you roughly around 6 to 8 hours of continuous wireless usage. And in fact, this also has fast charging, so you can get about 80% of battery life in just 2 hours, which I think is incredible. So let's go ahead and turn it on now. I've got the DC adapter attached to it, blue light on the adapter itself, red light on the base to show that it is charging, and we'll go ahead, turn it on and see how it works. And this also comes with a remote control that you pair via Bluetooth, and we'll show you some of the functions that you can use with that as well. Okay, just powering it on. You've got the KEFEYA logo here, and there we go. This is the home screen. Everything is touchscreen, and you can see actually how responsive this is. It's just like an Android tablet that you have. If we just quickly run through all of the settings. So everything that you pretty much expect, you can pair Bluetooth devices to it. So if you have Bluetooth headphones, for example, if you want to watch anything, you can do that. If we go into battery, shows you the current battery percentage, but you can also see that from the top right of the screen. I'm going to go into battery percentage just to show that on the top right, which is quite important. You can see the storage. It does have 128 gigabytes of internal storage as well. You can change settings for the display. Pretty much everything that you can do with an Android phone or an Android tablet, you have all of the settings there. Now, like I mentioned, you can go into the Google Play Store and pretty much download any app that you'd like. Of course, the apps that you download should look good for a tablet. I've tested out Netflix and it looks perfectly like a desktop Netflix, so you can actually use this like a TV, and paired with the remote control, it will feel like a wireless TV that you've set up in your home. So you can do that with all of your on-demand content, and we'll go ahead and showcase how that looks as well. I want to also play back some sample video from YouTube, for instance, just so I can show you the quality of the speakers in this as well, and how it looks on a 1080p display. Now, if you do go ahead and connect this to any external devices, you have the options there for HDMI and USB, very quick and easy to do so. Responsiveness is great. I'm just going to show you how fast and responsive the keyboard actually works as well. There's no lag, it's just super fast, it works great. It's just a really well built product, and I'm super happy with the way this performs. And just to show you the remote control, you can actually use this as a voice remote as well. The first time you want to pair it with the monitor, you hold down the OK button and the back button for 3 seconds, the light will flash. Then you go into your Bluetooth settings of the Android monitor and it will show up as portable TV. If you hold down the power button for a few seconds, then you can use voice control using Google Assistant to open up any app or give it any commands, which I think is great. When I am watching videos, you can use this to go forwards, you can go back, but it's not really easy to just play and pause the video. It's kind of like you have to use this as a mouse to play and pause, but it's kind of acceptable. I've managed to work around that. You've got volume buttons here, menu button there, but you also have a mouse pointer just there as well. If I click this, you will see there's a mouse pointer as well, so you can actually use this as a true wireless PC. So I'm just using the directional buttons on the remote to move the mouse around. I probably wouldn't use this too much because it just feels a little bit slow and it takes time to navigate with the mouse. I would rather end up going towards the monitor and just using my finger to navigate with the touchscreen. So now let me show you all of the different ways that I would use this around the house, which I think most people would also use it for. The first one I would have to say is to watch all of your favorite TV shows, movies, using all of the on-demand streaming apps. So Netflix, for example, let's say if you want to watch an episode of Wednesday, you can do that.
Maybe you'll even mix.
Volume is quite loud.
Nevermore is like no other boarding school. It's a magical place. It's where I met your mother. And we fell in love.
And in fact, the quality is actually pretty good. I'm going to show another video from YouTube which actually highlights the quality of audio in speakers, but this works very well and it's just like a 32-inch TV you've got in your room.
That immerses you in the moment. We are on the quest for the spectacular.
Just look at how great the quality is in the video. If I turn all of the lights off and have movie nights in the evenings, then this is going to look incredible. You can put this at the front of your bed as well and just watch something before you go to sleep. It's just amazing. And if I use the remote control to skip ahead, I press the right button and it skips 10 seconds ahead, which is very convenient. Another use case is if you just want to browse social media. This is a huge screen to do that. So if I open up TikTok, you can see it's just like the mobile app, but to make it even better, let's make it vertical. This is the biggest TikTok screen I've ever used. Great if everyone wants to use this for social media, just to check all of their feed. You can just swipe up, lots of things happening, and it just works absolutely great. So I think that is amazing of just the way this looks. And of course you can display many different apps as well. If you just want to play back vertical videos, this is going to be perfect for that. So now I've connected my MacBook to the monitor via a HDMI and USB-C cable. All I need to do is now just select HDMI and it's connected my monitor. I've made the adjustments in my settings to extend the display. So on the right hand side, I have my spreadsheet. I can do my work here as well at the same time. Browse the internet, check my emails, check my messages. It's just a lot more convenient to have a second monitor in place. And this works very well. So if I wanted to, you can see how smoothly it transitions between both displays. Like that. And of course, if you wanted to use it in vertical mode, you can do that and have maybe 2 windows open vertically. You can adjust that in your system settings that you're using a vertical display. So you get a lot more usage than the 1080p screen as you see. So that's probably one of the biggest use cases for me personally that I would use this for. Another great use case is if you want to use it for recipes when you're cooking in the kitchen. This is absolutely great. So I've opened up my Tasty app, vertical view. You can use this to follow along. You can use videos on it. So when you're ready to prepare your meals, follow along here in this giant screen. You can very easily move it around, position it in a more convenient place. So you can just step by step, follow all of the recipes and just enjoy your cooking. So you don't need to always have your phone here or you're placing it up against something where it's taking a lot of space on your countertops. So using this for recipes, I think is actually a very important use case for this monitor. And this is actually one of my favorites, using the monitor with your gaming console. So this is going to be great if you just want to set it up and move it around to wherever your gaming console is. I've got my PS5 connected to it via the HDMI cable, and this actually looks really great. So you put your headset in. One thing I did notice is that with the speakers, due to the settings of the PS5 gaming console, the audio comes out full blast from the monitor until you connect your headset. So changing the volume on the remote control and on the KEFEYATV doesn't make a difference. Even if it's muted or if it's at its lowest, it will still play at full volume. So I've connected my Bluetooth headset so I can hear the audio directly through that, because that's what I use for gaming. But nonetheless, you can see how great this looks, the visuals. Now it is 1080p, so you can't max this out at any 4K or 120 Hz gaming. This will be 1080p at 60 Hz, which is more than enough for most next-gen gaming consoles. Okay, so I've just set this up in my home gym. This is great to have as a companion to help you with your workouts. So I'm going to open up this app that I've downloaded, and if you do want to follow along with videos, this is going to be really convenient to have in the house, especially when you want to do your workouts. So if I go to strength, for example, I'm just going to pick one of these workouts. I'll do upper body, and then you can just use the videos to help follow along. This is great if you want to do yoga as well. So anything pretty much that you want to do.
Next exercise, T-raise.
So you've got the timer, you've got some video instructions. You can play some music in the background yourself, or you can play music from the app that you download for your workouts. Multiple different options.
Prepare for kneeled wide push-ups.
So this is absolutely great to have in your home gym or even in your house if you just want to get your workouts done in your room. Very convenient. And this time around, I'm going to use Google Assistant via the remote control. Open YouTube Kids. So you can use this to occupy your kids, play back some videos via this app.
It's a surprise box! Should we take out a surprise? Okay, let's say our special rhyme. What's in the box?
So you can use this and keep your kids occupied for hours, and they can do plenty of things on there. Even if you wanted to, you can open up a drawing app. They can use that to do their own drawings, coloring, whatever you want, because it is touchscreen, and there's plenty of ways which I feel like this is going to be perfect for the whole family. And one final thing, when you're ready to turn it off, you can also do that if you swipe down from the top. This is where you can adjust the brightness of the screen. It is actually very bright. But you also have the power button here as well. When you select this, then you can power off the monitor. So that's everything. Hopefully you enjoyed the review of the KEFEYA Portable Touchscreen Tablet TV. So many things that you can do with this. Have a look at their website. They have amazing discounts. You can see it was originally at $1899, up to 58% off right now, showing at $800. That is an absolute bargain. But of course, depending on when you're watching this video, they may have different discounts, different prices. But overall, this is great value for money. Link is in the description. If you have any comments or questions about this, then make sure to drop them down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all next time.